Hey Virgo, welcome to your bonus reading. We're just going to go ahead and get started and jump straight in like we always do. I'm doing a little bit of an additional reading here for everyone before I jump into the February monthlies. I just feel it's a little bit too early to start them, so I figured why not just do a bonus. And yeah, so it says it's for January 2025, but it's just because I'm doing it January 2025. So this is for whoever needs it here. Let's see here. Let me fix this real quick. All right, let's take a look here. You did pull the Ten of Pentacles here for the overall energy. I want to say if you have Cancer placements, be sure to watch the Cancer reading. They did pull that exact same card in the exact same position. If you don't worry about it. It doesn't matter here. I do see that some of you Virgos here are definitely wanting to level up as well. You may have Leo in your chart too. But I think you're really wanting to level up here, the Emperor and the Challenge. You want more power and influence here. And I think you're really wanting to build something long term. You're focusing on the long term. You're focusing on the future here. I think things will turn out well here for you. I think Spirit's also wanting you to have more balance in your life when it comes to your relationships and yourself here. Let's see here. I would be aware of manipulation as well. You have the Seven of Swords here in the position of something you're unaware of. So every time I kind of see that, I do pick up that, just be aware of shady stuff. Don't fall for scams. Be aware of scams. Just make sure that you're aware of what your environment is and you're just aware of things here. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, and you do have the World card here in the outcome position. So yeah, I mean, the World card doesn't surprise me that it's coming out. I think we're stepping into a whole new world. Right, we just had the sun come into Aquarius. It conjuncted Pluto. And that was the first time we've got to experience that. Right, and so that is kind of a rebirth for the whole world on a big collective scale into this Aquarius world of innovation, transformation, technology, all types of, like a big revolution, right? That's happening. So let's see here. You did pull this Scorpio card. It says investigate here. Yeah, and I think you're actually being called forth to go beneath the surface of things here and go deep into things. And don't be afraid to go deep into things here as well. Yeah, for you, Virgo, this is about drilling into the roots of things, like going really deep into things. And I think that's because the South Node is in your sign, and the South Node is about internal. It also deals more so with the spiritual, but it's introverted energy, and it drills into things. It's about the roots of the past, right? So this is about really understanding why this South Node is in your sign, Virgo, really understanding the past lives, past life, karma. Could be a lot of karmic things that you're dealing with, clearing out at this time. But, understanding your relationship to the past, right? With all avenues, right? It could be past lives. It could just be past circumstances. It could be your present circumstances. Because there's a lot of good things here that could be discovered with the South Node, but there's also going to be things that come up to where you could realize, like, okay, I need to do this better, I need to do that better. And so this is kind of this big reshaping of your whole internal experience of how you've come to know yourself or know things. You pulled this apple tree card. It says abundance here. I think you're about to discover a lot of abundance. And the Ten of Pentacles would be that apple tree, right? Right, abundance. So for some of you, there definitely is more wealth, success, and prosperity here coming your way. Good things happening with career. But also in general, you could just be really focused on your long-term goals in the future and the abundance here that you're trying to create, the seeds here that you're trying to plant so they can grow. You pull this, be clear in what you want, put action to your goals, make them a reality here. Yeah, and that has a lot to deal with the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is Mercury and Virgo. Virgo deals with the specifics and the details, right? And so when we have the specifics and the details really laid out, we have a plan, and all we have to do is just stick to that plan. And so for you, I think it's time for you to really focus on what you want to create long term for yourself. You have the High Priestess here in the position of in the position of the good stuff here. Well, the High Priestess is internal reflection, right? And so it is this gateway, right, to an increase of awareness, especially spiritually. And so I think you're going to be discovering all types of stuff. You can even see that there's pomegranates in the back, and pomegranates are connected to prosperity. But I always see the High Priestess as intuitive wisdom. You have this intuitive wisdom at this time that you can really rely on, that will guide you here. But I think there's here, again, the High Priestess is about the mystery of things. You're unraveling and discovering these deeper mysteries. Some of these things that I get here with the Emperor is about yourself, right? South Node being in your sign. It's about yourself and possibly your shadow with the Three of Swords as the advice, but also just where you're possibly seeing, it's not shortcomings in a bad way, but you're seeing, okay, like this is the gap between where I'm at and where I want to be. And so because that's being illuminated, maybe you haven't seen that before, it's also inspiring you here and helping you, put into place, a game plan or an action plan, so that way you can get better here. You have the Ten of Wands here in the position of your hopes and your fears here. I just think you're hoping for it to pay off, right? Ten of Wands is, I think, if this was in the position of the fears, the Ten of Wands would be fearing the responsibility. I think Spirit's not wanting you to fear taking on more responsibility, because the Ten of Wands is it's the burden of responsibility. But then again, I feel like some of you Virgos are actually wanting to take on more responsibility. You have the Four of Wands here in your current energy. I like the Four of Wands being in your current energy. This is you feeling empowered. And there could be some things here that you're celebrating around this time. And just starting to feel yourself and starting to feel empowered. Four of Wands, really wanting to boldly create here what your desires are. I do pick up a harvest here as well, especially when if you've been planting things, right? If you've been planting seeds and all that stuff, there is this thing shaping up in a good way here, an exciting way. You have the Emperor here in the challenge, like I said, and then you have the Three of Swords as your advice. I think your advice at this time is about sacrifice. It is about sacrifice. And I think this is about maybe sacrificing, like you may have to let go of certain personal desires. Like for instance, let's just say you want to build a community, or you want to build a group, or you want to build a career, or you want to build a business, whatever the case might be, where you have to sacrifice a lot of leisure time, right? And then start prioritizing the business and others, right? And I think that's your advice, is that you're having to really, Three of Swords, make a sacrifice here, so that way you can start creating the ideal future here that you want. But by doing that also, it's like you have to really kind of let go of certain things. Because the Four of Swords being here in the future, well, for one, even whatever the changes are that you make, Four of Swords would be a quick recovery, right? So it's like, okay, this may kind of suck real quick. Like, this may suck at first, but whatever, right? It's like you move through it very quickly with the Four of Swords, and you're able to heal through it. But also, too, the Emperor in the challenge is Aries, so it deals with the self, and the Four of Swords is Libra, it's Jupiter and Libra. So it's like maybe you're having to sacrifice, maybe your own energy when it comes to certain things, so it can be dedicated and channeled into others, right, to help you really create what you want to create. You have the World card here in the outcome position. This would be the things coming together. I always see the World card in the outcome as accomplishment, right? Something that you've been planning. Ten of Pentacles, that's long term, right? It's being built and being solidified. Like I said, the Seven of Swords is in the position of something you're unaware of. I would just be aware of just shady stuff, right? Manipulation, all that stuff. Just be aware of that. I don't think it's nothing to be afraid of. It's just be aware. You know, if you look at this from the highest spiritual lens, or you can say the highest expression of the seven of swords, it would be Moon in Aquarius, which is Aquarius is about the collective and being of service to the collective, to where you sacrifice a lot of your own personal desires to contribute to the larger collective good of things, or the larger picture of things. So that could be what you're unaware of, maybe, that you need to be aware of. It's being of service, and a lot of the times being a leader and being of service really is the exact opposite of what you think it is. It really is about sacrificing yourself to contribute to the larger good of things. Clarify the high priestess here. You pulled the Four of Cups. Yeah, I would trust your intuition. Your intuition is going to be very strong, very loud, and I would listen to it. I would listen to your intuitive guidance. You know, don't ignore it with the Four of Cups. Also though, too, if you've been feeling emotionally blocked, specifically in the heart chakra region here of the body, it's like I see this dissolving of whatever the block is, to where you're actually able to receive the high priestess. It's like receiving. It's receptive. The high priestess listens, which is symbolic of being receptive. So you're able to take in new information and just new energies here in general, because there's certain blocks being removed. I don't know if they were frustrations or whatever. Clarify the Ten of Pentacles for the overall energy. You have the Ace of Cups here. Yeah, and this would be Ace of Cups, Ten of Pentacles would be the highest fruit on the tree of life, which is love and devotion to a community, to a group, to the larger picture of things, to the ideal future that you're wanting to create. Clarify the Ten of Wands. You pulled the Four of Pentacles. This is in the position of your hopes. So I think you're hoping here to really commit to something and then see it pay off, right? To be able to accomplish Four of Pentacles, gain what you want. Clarify the Four of Wands. You have the Five of Pentacles. And you could be struggling a little bit. Some of you, this could be financially, right? Or maybe you don't have certain resources that you need at this time, but I don't think it's really stopping you. It's actually empowering you. Or maybe it's even a lack of support, right? But maybe you're realizing, I don't need to be codependent on things. Like, I need to embrace my own life force energy, and you know, I can do this. I can do some things alone, right? Clarify the Emperor. Well, not everything, right? You have the King of Cups. Yeah, your challenge is devotion. King of Cups is strong love and devotion towards something that is beneficial to everyone or to everything. So I think your challenge right now is you really wanting to step into that. Clarify the Four of Swords. You pull the Nine of Pentacles. Well, Nine of Pentacles is about reaping your rewards and your gains from your hard work. So the things that you're investing into, things that you're trying to build, things that you're committing yourself to. Some of you, there has been too many commitments that you've taken on. So maybe with the Three of Swords as your advice, you're sacrificing some of these commitments. But just again, you want to commit to the things here that you love and that you want to devote yourself to. And I think you're able to do that. And I think you're going to be seeing the rewards here and the gains. And I also feel like there's more space and free time here for you to be able to meditate, contemplate, and be able to really be able to have that space and time so you can actually be guided. Sometimes if we're doing all the time, or if we don't have time for like the Four of Swords, meditation, contemplation, we don't really, sometimes we can lose ourselves, and then we become lost. Because because it leads to rigidity. And life always encourages us to stay creative, because things always change. Clarify the world and the outcome. You have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, and I would say this is you putting something out to the world here as well, something that you're working on building, you know, really wanting to share, participate, create. Also, this could be something that you're obtaining, Page of Pentacles, or achieving or getting here. That's going to help you continue building your legacy here. Clarify the Three of Swords as your advice. You pull the Eight of Wands here. Yeah, Three of Swords, Eight of Wands too is about being the change that you want to see in the world. And also Eight of Wands says allow yourself to be ambitious. Three of Swords, you know, you may have to let go of certain commitments and things like that. Or maybe sacrifice some of the leisure time here that you have so that way you can strive toward those ambitions. Clarify the Seven of Swords. You have the Wheel of Fortune here. Also, too, something to be aware of, something that you need to be aware of is, you know, the Seven of Swords, Wheel of Fortune would be avoiding making changes. Right? It's like the Wheel of Fortune. It's like you get a free chance to spin the wheel. Right? Like if you're playing Wheel of Fortune, you get a free chance to spin the wheel. Why don't you spin the wheel? You never know where it's going to land on. Right? So I think this is about taking more chances. I think Spirit's really wanting you to take more chances. You have this Sixth House card. It says sustainability. Yeah, Sixth House can deal with obstacles. It's the work that we do on a day-to-day basis to gain more, right? So for instance, Sixth House can be your job and your routine, right? Your schedule, right? Is your schedule helping you gain the actual things that you want, or are you just doing it because you took on all that commitment and that responsibility? Also, Sixth House is, you know, creating a routine in a way here, so that way you can gain the things here that you want. You pulled this Water card. It says lifeblood here. Yeah, and the water element would just be symbolic of, I pick up spirituality, right? Really wanting to get into that, connect to the depth of things here, right? That abundant feeling of spiritual abundance, the emotional and spiritual depth of things. Like that's the type of abundance here that you're wanting to generate. Just drop the card. Pull this, you are worthy. Aim for what you want, or aim for what you want and believe in yourself here. And it also is with this card that says be clear on what you want. Put action to your goals and make them a reality here. It's like you're worthy here. Like the Emperor, the King of Cups, it's like you may feel maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe I just need to stay in something that I've already mastered and I just need to stay here in my comfort zone, right? No, it's like there's other things here that I feel like you're desiring and you're wanting to create. You have to really step into being courageous here. So that's what I got for you, Virgo, in your reading. But I do think the way things are shaping up here, it is bringing you rewards here. And I think the work that you've been doing, the hard work that you've been doing, is helping you gain more here for yourself, the things that you actually want, and help you create the lifestyle that you actually want to live. And if you already have that lifestyle, well, this will just be redefining it in a way, refining it. Because you may have different dreams and visions at this time, or maybe you have newer desires, and I think that's what you're adjusting to. So that's what I got for you, Virgo, in your reading. I'm gonna leave your reading here. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. If you're new to the channel, I encourage you to subscribe. Of course, if you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button for me. And be sure to hit the notification bell as well. You'll be notified whenever I upload your videos or whenever I go live. Otherwise than that, Virgo, I will see you later.